Howdy. So today it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's February 7th, 2021. So New Year. It's been a little while since our last video. I think we did maybe like an October video. And so in that one, we were showing a whole bunch of time lapse stuff of our garden setup. We were setting up irrigation and doing the holes in the weed blocker fabric and that kind of stuff. So we were prepping those beds. In today's videos, which we'll get to in a second, you'll see we're harvesting from those beds. These videos were shot in December. It's sort of like an early and a mid-December. I'll have the dates in the videos. But so like I said, those are harvested in December. Today's February 7th, so it's been a little while even since the harvest. And at this point, the garden is pretty much done. I think we brought our last salad mix. Well, and of course, we've also had some market closures just because the weather's been so cold or snowy. Last week we didn't have a market. We did have one yesterday, but we didn't have any salad mix for it. So, the growth rates in the garden is slow because, there's so little light and it's so cold this time of year. Even with the poly covering that we have on the poly low tunnel setup we've got, you can only harvest so much each week before they just don't have that much more to give. So we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe we can get a little bit more next week or week after type of thing. But at this point now we're starting to do starters for spring. Like yesterday we right here. This is our first tray, 200 cell tray of salad mix and some other veggies for spring season. So that's going to be, we'll probably plant that early March and then plan to harvest. It'd probably be April, early mid-April when we would actually harvest that and bring it to market. So starting to ramp that up. Still getting plenty of eggs. Well, I say plenty. The egg production is coming back up. We had a little bit of a molting period about a month ago. The chickens and the ducks sort of went through a molt and we had a little bit lower egg production. But now they're starting to ramp up. Now that the days are getting a little longer, a little bit more light, and eventually temperatures start to rise. And so the birds are starting to pick up a little bit with eggs. And of course, microgreens we're doing just matching the market demand, so to speak, each week. So that's fine. We do those indoors. And you can see over here, basil and cilantro. Now I'm starting to try cilantro, adult stage herbs, and I've started bringing that basil to the market, and people have been seem to be impressed with it, and so see how the sales go with that, and hope to maybe expand into some other herbs. We've got dill and parsley, and we could always buy different types of seeds like oregano or other herbs and that kind of thing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to these time lapses. So again, this is us harvesting in December salad mix, lettuce mix from the garden. So enjoy, and we'll hope to see you at the market pretty soon. Thanks. Okay, so I lied earlier. This video was actually taken November 29th, not in December. The next one we're going to see is in December, but so November 29th was a Sunday, and that was right after Thanksgiving. So Sunday harvest, and then the following Saturday was December 5th. So the salad mix and lettuce mix that we were harvesting here, we brought to the market on December 5th. And so we've got 4 beds there with lettuces and mustard and kale, Swiss chard, beet, greens. We also have some root vegetables. Let's see, we have kohlrabi, and then some daikon radish, and some stuff we tried to sell separately. But we've had a little better luck selling the bagged mixes. Anyway, so we're going along and harvesting, and we put each different variety in its own little grocery bags. We got a whole bunch of grocery bags, and we label them, and after the harvest we take them inside and weigh each one. So we try to track lots of stats, and it could be a lot just tracking stats, but I'm not actually doing a great job harvesting today. I was going through and actually doing a lot of weeding. So back when we were first setting these beds up, in hindsight, we made the mistake of doing some light tilling to try to just soften the soil up. But what the problem is, that pulled up a bunch of weed seeds, we think. Because on this day, November 29th, going through and harvesting, there were a lot of like wild onions growing up through the holes in the weed blocker. And I mean, in some cases, so much that it's hard to even get the actual vegetable that's growing there. So I was going through and pulling up a lot of onions. And, that's great, but, the goal is to actually harvest salad mix and lettuce mix. So, in the next video, I actually do some more harvesting, but so I learned my lesson. But we still got a decent haul from this day. Like I was saying, now it's February. As I'm narrating this, it's February. We're not getting nearly the same garden output. You see, we have two layers. There's a mesh layer and then a poly layer for thermal protection and keeping the rain off. So one problem is the rain, soaks everything, and then you potentially have freezing, which can just kill everything off. So you want to at least try to keep things dry. The poly can only do so much to keep the temperature warmer than it would be otherwise, but it would at least try to keep the rain off. Okay, so this is December 13th, Sunday, December 13th. Still another nice day, even though it's mid-December. But so that's a Sunday, so that would be harvesting for the next Saturday, which was December 19th, which was the first winter market, Manassas Winter Market, which is now, the winter market's up at the Harris Pavilion in downtown Manassas. That's where the skating rink is sometimes. Of course, the main season market is the commuter parking lot across the street from Baldwin Elementary. So I anticipate that we'll be going back there probably mid-April. It should be when the main season market is starting up next. But so yeah, so same thing here, same beds, just these 4 beds. We've got 4 different types of lettuce obviously a lot of different vegetables, but amongst the lettuces we have 4 different types, and there's 2 greens and 2 reds, and so their names are the greens are Green Salad Bowl and Coastline, and then the reds are Garrison and Tamarindo. And let's see, Green Salad Bowl is an oak leaf type lettuce, and I don't know the 2 reds. One of the those reds is an oak leaf as well, and then the other red is a romaine, some variant of a romaine. But then the Coastline, the other green one, is a Batavian style, which is sort of a crispy style. It's actually pretty cool. But so those 4 types, we get those from Johnny's Selected Seeds. That's the seed company. Problem is they didn't do so well in the heat of the summer. So back in like July and August, the number of bags we were bringing was quite a bit less than we were hoping for. When it's really hot out, the plants tend to bolt really quickly. They shoot up to try to make flowers and go to seed really quickly. They're struggling, right? And so that, so you don't get a much harvest off of them. We're hoping to try some other varieties here for the 2021 season. There's a variety called Muir, M-U-I-R, and Cherokee is another one, and those are supposed to be pretty heat tolerant, so we're hoping for better things this next season. Okay, well that'll about do it for this video. Thanks for sticking it out this long. But yeah, hope to see you at the market soon. I know we've had some closures recently, but we look forward to getting back out there and seeing everybody every time. So thanks a lot. Take care.